Hello everyone, this is Carter from Coaster Explorers, and today we're going to be reviewing Switchback at ZDT's Amusement Park. I had the opportunity to ride Switchback in December of 2024, and wow, was this a different roller coaster. I love weird roller coasters, and this fits perfectly in that category of rides because this thing is weird. Unique, but weird. It is literally a wooden shuttle coaster. So think of any of your Vekoma boomerangs and a picture if it was wood without inversions, that is this. And you start your roller coaster, and this is a very, very short train. There's only 4 rows, so only 8 people can ride at a time. And when I was here, it was just me, Swade, and Nolan, and not one single time that I rode this roller coaster was there anybody that I didn't know on this ride. So it was always us 3. This park might have been unusually dead this day, but like I said, we could just keep lapping this thing all day. There was one thing that kept me from doing that though, which I will get back to. You start your ride by departing the station, as with many other roller coasters, and you take a right turn up into the 64-foot lift hill. When you get to the top, you take a very sharp right-hand turn into your 41-foot drop. And this drop's pretty good. I mean, it's not super huge, but it doesn't have to be huge to be a good drop. When the train's not this long, the drop feels really good in any row, but the back is where you want to be for the drop. Then you fly over the switch track, which will come into use on our way back. You go into this building, which is super awesome that they could fit a roller coaster in here. It looks so cool. It's such a cool visual. And when you look at it off-ride, it's like, what the heck is wrong with this? This is awesome. After that, you go into 90-degree turns. So think like the Voyage, a turn just like that. Then you go into a couple airtime pops, go to the left, go to the right, and then you go up into this 90-degree spike, which does make this the world's steepest wooden roller coaster at the time of this video. Now, I have my thoughts on that. It's a spike, it's not the actual drop, so the whole train doesn't go over it. Yeah. Regardless, it does hit 90 degrees if you're in the front. So, we'll let it slide, I guess. Then you do the entire layout backwards, which is crazy, especially because of how compact this roller coaster is. And once again, that building is awesome going through. Just as cool going backwards as it is going forward. And then you go up the drop a little bit, and then you stop right where that transfer track is that I was talking about. Now, let's get into what I was talking about, why I couldn't ride this thing all day. Guys, this ride is very, very rough. And yes, you'd expect that from a wooden coaster to be rough, but this is like jackhammer. And I can't say I'm too surprised because, well, it's at ZDT's, which feels a lot like a Fun Spot park. And I'm not trying to hark down on the park, but when it's a park that small, family owned, you wouldn't expect everything to be in the absolute best condition. It's just how it's going to be. But that being said, row 3 specifically was a one and done for me. I rode every row, and row 3 was the only row that I rode just one time. I rode row 1 3 times. Row 2, I think I rode twice, and then the back row I rode twice. But the third row, I was done after that. I was like, that's too much. So I did film a POV on this ride, which you're seeing, and this took me 2 times to film just because of how shaky it is. But the front row is definitely bearable. Any of the rows are bearable, but the third row, like I said, is just be ready. You'll feel it a lot in that row. I don't know why that is, but other than that, as somebody that loves weird rides, like I really love the Lanaga Mine Train at Six Flags over Georgia, which Swade has his opinions on, but I don't care. I love that ride. I love anything that's weird, and this ride is weird. So I'm going to give it some props for that, and I'm going to give it some props for just being unique. So that's all going to go into the score of this ride, but I'm also taking into account how rough it is. With that being said, ZDT's Switchback. This is going to get a 6 out of 10, and I think that is very fair. It's not a super tall roller coaster. It's not very fast. It's pretty short, but it gets props for being weird. It gets props for being unique. It gets props for being the only one of its kind. And yeah, do I think it's worth it for you to go ride it? Absolutely. I wouldn't travel across the world to go ride it. And if you live in like California or on the East Coast, I would not go there just to ride that. If you're going to the SeaWorld San Diego area or Six Flags Fiesta Texas, areas like that, definitely make this stop while you're out there. You will not regret it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, maybe even subscribe. That'd be very helpful for the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.